Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Capricorn. So Capricorn, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. And so Capricorn, it seems like you are a bit frozen, undecided between two things, or whether you should go for one thing or the other, or which one should you start first, because I feel like you have something that is like your responsibility, but you're placing like a heavy weight on your shoulders, as if you like it's like you're the only one that can do this. You're the only one who can resolve this. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and there is fun at the end of this, but I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure to resolve this or to get this done with before you can rest, before you can celebrate, before you can go and have some fun, have great time with your friends and family. Because it's like you are saying to yourself, Capricorn, that this is your obligation, this is your duty, and only one can do this, right? It's like you're the only one for this job, for this task. But you are, like, the beginning of the reading is like showing me, with the Two of Pentacles, is showing me you stuck between two things, right? Should I start this first or should I go for this first? So it's like you're undecided. It's like you're stuck, literally, right? It's like because I feel like you're trying to create like this list of priorities. And I feel like for you, because these two things that you're stuck between are equally as important, it's almost like you don't know which one is going to be done faster, or it's going to be the easiest or the hardest. And I feel like your choice, in a sense, the criteria that you choose is to start with the hardest thing, right? Because we're going for the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands here, like, I felt like this heavy energy, right? It's almost like before you begin with one of these two things, it's almost like there are two things, right, that you have to do. One could be more pleasant or easier, or just more fun, and then the other one is like the thing that you're like less likely to enjoy yourself doing so, but that is part of your task, is part of something that you need to do, right? And I feel like you're choosing to start with the hard work first, right? Because it's like what you want to do after you finish this hard work is to celebrate with the Three of Cups. So you're choosing to go for the challenge, like the first thing that you do, right, is like go for the challenge, something that depends only on you, so that then you're free to have fun with your friends. This is how I'm seeing the Three of Cups. It's like just chilling, right? Just, chatting and having some great time with friends. But before you can do so, it's like that you do have responsibilities. That you do have like things that you need to tackle before you go to enjoy your evening, right? And I feel like that's really like it's like this is the decision-making process that you're undergoing right now, because you don't know what you do, right? And it's almost like the more you stay here in between these two things, these two tasks, right? It's like that there's going to be like a long journey before you get to this place. So it's almost like you're making it harder on yourself for not starting it soon, right? So it's almost like you're in this stuck place. You're frozen. You don't know which thing to prioritize. It's like your first thought on this, right, is to start with the hardest thing, because that it's going to be challenging, right? It's like it's going to require a lot of your energy. And it's almost like in order to like recharge with your friends, it's like that's the reason why it's like you're using this criteria, right? This strategy. It's like here you're going to have like this depletion, this draining of your energy, but then when you are with your friends, when you're having fun, it's almost like this is where you're going to recharge your battery. But I feel like there's also something here that is making you consider a little bit more whether or not you should start with the thing that is going to give you the hardest time or not, right? It's like you're still going through this process of trying to ponder which one to start. The Five of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Here you are at the crossroads. And, you know, this is the card that typically talks about, you know, wanting to find your own place, your own self, your own integrity, but also like talking about this location, right? The X on the map. But for you, Capricorn, today, this card is talking about just being stuck. It's like where you are, it's like it's becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. Maybe because you haven't made your decision yet. You're still juggling, right? It's like, and it's not juggling as in like, you know, multitasking. It's almost like you're frozen. It's like you're not doing, right? You know that you have like this long journey ahead of you before you can enjoy and have a great time with friends. But it feels like the more you stay in this stuck, you know, frozen energy, the more you are bothered by that, the more it creates this discomfort. Because I feel like it's like you're not enjoying being in this position, right? Being in this crossroads. It's almost like being in your own skin. You know, when you're, you know, just disturbed by your own body, it's like you have this, it's not necessarily the restless legs syndrome. It's not like that, but it's like, you know, when you cannot take your energy, it's like you would like prefer to just like, you know, get away for some time, right? Get away from yourself. That's what I mean. Because to me, the Five of Pentacles also talks about self, right? And the Four of Swords, it's almost like you want to have some time off from yourself, maybe from this sort of tendency to always pick the hard thing first, the challenging thing first, because you feel like that's your responsibility, right? The King of Pentacles coming next. So this is the thing that I feel like it's keeping you here in this stuck place, you know, not really sure about which one would weigh, you know, the most or the heaviest, so that you could pick up one and start. You know, it's like, it's almost like you're just arguing with yourself. Like, why would you just start, right? Whichever one. But here, you know, differently than the Nine of Wands, which I feel like it's kind of your default, right? It's like this is your go-to criteria, go-to strategy. It's like always start with the hard work, right? Because it's almost like that's how you've been making a living. That's how you've been like, that's how you evolved, essentially. It's like that's how you matured. That's how you identify yourself, right? As a hard worker, like, you know, placing a lot on your shoulder. But nevertheless, it's like, because the way that I'm seeing both of these cards together, it's almost like you never give up, right? Because you know it's worth it. Because you know, it's like no matter how hard it is worth it, right? Because yes, the Five of Pentacles is talking about integrity, but it's almost like the halfway until you get to this place, right? And here you are already mature, already, you know, living a good life. But it's almost like whenever you start something, it's like, you know, that it's going to be like, you know, a few hours until you get to just relax and enjoy and just have, you know, some time off. But the thing about this Four of Swords that I was also seeing is that this time around, Capricorn, it's not that simple that, you know, the easy way to go is just to go for your default mode and like start with the hard thing. This time it feels like maybe you're just trying to consider if there would be some sort of gain or benefit for you, like just, you know, taking a nap before you undertake the hard thing. So it's almost like one of the two things is like just relaxing and, you know, having like this nice shower and pampering yourself and just like taking care of yourself. And the other, like, it's, you know, preparing something for others, or, you know, doing your work, or, you know, whatever it is, like doing the hard work, right? These are the two options. But here it's like this is the first, like your instinct, right? This is your default, like going for the hardest thing first and then enjoy yourself. Here, however, and that's the reason why I feel like you're not moving, right? You're not starting, because perhaps this time you're considering, right? Should I just rest before I begin, right? Should I take this over but with my energy full, or should I just, drain all of my energy and then recharge? So there is like this reversal in the sense of the process that you consider, right? That you just think about to undertake something. And I feel like that's needed. It's almost like, yes, it's like you bring a lot to yourself, right? I heard the word responsibility. It's almost like you're attesting to yourself. It's almost like, if you are considering, right, maybe I should just take a shower and then I'll do whatever I need to do, right? Maybe I should just, go on a vacation, or maybe I should just go on a stroll, right? Down by the beach, down on the park, or, down on the street. Just, a leisurely activity, right? Something that you don't have to drain your energy, but rather like recharge your energy. And then go for something that it's your task, it's your responsibility. But it's almost like you're being hard on yourself, I want to say, Capricorn. It's like you're stating to yourself, but it's my responsibility. It's like, this is the way that I've always done things, right? So why would I change right now? Why would I want to be somewhere else, right? Because it's starting to weigh down, I feel like. It's almost like you're a little bit tired of doing the same process, right? And it's not doing the same activity, I want to say. It's like the same decision-making process, right? Or like the same habit of doing the hard thing first and then recharging, right? So I feel like here you are starting to consider whether or not you should reverse the order of things, because I feel like ultimately it's like you are going to take care of whatever is your responsibility. It's not like you're, going for, just like a restful time and then you're going to forget about your responsibility. It's not like that. I'm seeing like you are committed to whatever you need to do, but you're considering a different way of achieving that, right? Of getting there. Just a second. Sorry, Capricorn. So, coming back to your King of Pentacles, which is you and your responsibility and your commitment. The sun is following and ending this first part of the reading. And so this is where this light at the end of the tunnel is coming through. And it's powerful, right? Because it's the sun. So I feel like that's actually this ultimate motivation that perhaps you could do things that are going to speak a lot to your integrity, right? It's like how committed you are. It's like if you are committed to doing something and getting that thing done, right, by the end of the day, or, whichever, what is the name? Deadline you put, right? It's like because this is talking about like how getting this done is bringing you this, it's like it's enlivening you, it's refreshing you, it's like it's bringing you relief, but also like this sense of accomplishment, really, right? So this is how you light up. It's like when you get things done. But perhaps there is another way that you can consider doing differently this time, right? And maybe you can recharge a little bit. And then you can, with all of that boost, with all of that extra motivation, right? With all of that extra energy, it's like you can do so, right? Take care of whatever you need to take care of, like no matter how hard it is or how hard. It's almost like maybe you're learning how to not do the things that you need to do, but not doing so with the weight, right? Or the excessive amount of demand over your own self, right? If you demand a lot of your own self, it's like this perhaps, an opportunity for you to do so, like get, to where you need to go, tackle these things that you have at hand, but not doing so in a way that you're exhausting yourself and then recharging, right? Which would be like your default mode, as we were talking about. So maybe this is part of finding that where you are is giving you the perfect opportunity to experiment with a different way of taking care of your responsibilities, but doing so in a fun way, right? And it's interesting because here the fun was only associated with the friends, right? With, you know, finishing your work and then having fun with others, right? With, because of the 3. But here, like, doing this in a different way, it's actually giving you the sense of, you know, finding fun and joy and laughter during the work, right? During the making of this thing, or, you know, the resolving of this issue, or the taking care of the responsibility, right? So consider perhaps, right, it's like just staying where you are, not fighting against yourself for not, you know, initiating this sooner, and just take some time off, because it's almost like you're going to feel better about yourself, about even like everything that you have already accomplished, and it can be a little bit more fun, right, doing so, but like after you have some extra energy, right, because you're rested, right? It's like you're not starting this already like demanding a lot of yourself. You see what I mean? So I am going to pull more cards for you, Capricorn, as well as the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.